If you want an easy way to make catchy melodies, this is the way to do it. Forget what you're doing. The first thing you need to do is, yo Wagwan, hope you're having a great day. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing an easy way to create catchy guitar trap beats in FLStudio 20. So watch this through all to the end because it's going to help you out a lot. Trust me, a lot of gems are going to be dropped today. Yeah. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Jay Carteret from jcarteret.com, teaching you how to be better at music, online business, and online marketing. This is the #1 spot for musicians and creatives that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you, click on that subscribe button, check out the rest of the content on the channel because you will love it here, guaranteed. Now, my question of the day is, what guitar VST do you like to use? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, I'm not going to waste your time. Yeah. Let's just get straight into this. Now, I have 3 main things that I want you to understand, and then I'm going to give you 3 main examples of how to create these types of melodies. Okay, so first of all, yeah, there's a new way to get to the scales in FLStudio. I made a video a while ago on how to make melodies fast, and as you can see, you know, if you look on the screen right about now, you'll see that the white notes are all the notes in a particular scale, and whatever note you see actually displayed over here on the left hand side is the root note of the scale that you're currently using. Now, in order to get this, you need to go to View. It used to be called Help, but it's no longer called Help. Now it's View. Then you need to go to Scale Highlighting, and then you can pick what your root note is, and you can pick your scale on the left. We use minor natural most of the time. Sometimes you can go to minor harmonic and you get like a darker kind of sound, but minor natural is generally the only one that I use because I don't like the sound of minor harmonic. Sometimes people use minor melodic, but I don't really use that. So minor natural, Aeolian, that's the normal minor scale. Over here, you can pick your different root notes. Generally, you want to pick a root note that is, well, it depends if you're producing for yourself or you're producing for other people. If you're producing for yourself, I would pick a root note that is within your vocal range. For example, my vocal range is about F minor to A minor. So I'll generally pick either F to about G sharp. Like, I won't really go to A unless I really need to go there, innit? So I'm more comfortable G sharp to about F. So that's what I'm generally doing. But if you're just making beats for other artists, then maybe you ask them where their vocal range is, or you just play it by, you know, just picking a root note, and then you can move it around to whatever key you want it to be in. So we're going to do G sharp minor, right? And I always start from 4th octave because 5th octave is too high. And I always start by using the FL keys. Okay, so this is FL keys. And this is also rooted to my guitar trap beat template, which is over here. Let me just bring it over so you can see what's going on here. This is my guitar trap beat template. Now, this has a bunch of EQ and all that sort of stuff set up already, so I don't really need to go super in depth into, you know, messing stuff up or changing anything, because everything is going to come out basically how I want it to sound, which is very, very great and very, very easy and speeds up the process for me. If you want to grab this template, link down below, go to jcarteret.com/guitar trap FL. Okay, so now we've got scale highlighting on. You understand the basics of that. You understand, you know, you can grab my template if you want. Next, let's get into chord basics, okay? So in order to create a melody, the simple way, the easy, simple way is to just use chords, okay? Use chords and use the notes within those chords to create your melody. I will give you an example right now. So let's use the root chord of this actual scale, which is G sharp, and we're going to bring this tempo down to 140, just because 140 is a nice neutral tempo that generally works for pretty much whatever you're trying to do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip a note and then skip another note in the scale, and here is a chord. Okay, this is what it sounds like. Okay, pattern. Now that's cool, you can do that. I like to, you know, play around with it. Maybe I'll add a 7th note and I'll move the actual order of this. Generally, I'll go from this note to that note, and then here we can go to the 7th and then down to the 5th. Okay, so let's listen to this. I like that, and I do that. I think I've done this a variety of times, so maybe I shouldn't do it right now, but it's okay. And we could go like that instead. I like that. Dun-na-na-na-na, dun, dun-na-na-na. And then, you know, we've got a melody for this first bar. And then generally with this note, we're going to go down a little bit. So this is 1, and I'm going to go to, this is 7, we'll go to 6, and we'll just skip a note. We'll skip a note and we'll do the exact same thing. We'll add the 7th, we'll bring that over there, and we'll basically do the same rhythm that we did over here, so that it's just simple, it's the same. We don't want to move anything too much, because then it starts to become too complicated and it stops being catchy. So let's just do a 2-bar melody right now, just so I can show you this example and we can move on to the next thing that I want to show you and the next melody examples. So I'd probably have that there as well, because this is just a passing note. So let's listen back to this. That's not the right not the right rhythm. And yeah, we'll take out that note so that it's not so much. Okay, cool. Or we could have the B. And just so you hear how it sounds in a guitar, we've brought up ample guitar. I will paste this in here and we'll change ample guitar to the pick library, and we'll play this back with no mixing, and then I'll put it in my mixer so you can hear what it sounds like in the mixer for an example. This is also really smart for you to do, to like have the guitar ready so that you can just copy and paste your melody really quickly. And then we'll bring that in there. And I'm actually going to change this a little bit. In my new updated template, it's already, the EQ's already moved to 6,000, but in my template that I use personally, I've still got it at 4,000. But I like to move the upper band to 6,000 so we also get some of that high end, but not so much. So let's listen back. Might even be able to get away with going octave lower. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, really simple, really straightforward, okay? Not doing anything super complicated here, just using the chords. So if you're confused, let me quickly go over this again, just so you 100% get it, okay? Does that sound good? Good. Now, we're using the chords. So as you can see, this is the root note. G of the whole scale, this is the root note. So this is the 1, okay? Then we're skipping a note and skipping another note in order to get the chord. And then we're just using notes around these notes that we've already selected in order to create the rest of our melody. So we've got the 7th note up here, and then we've got a note that just passes from the 7th note to our 5th note. And to explain that, basically in a chord, you have the 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so let me quickly just show you a chord. 1, skip a note, 3, skip a note, 5. So if you counted it, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why it's 1, 3, 5. Okay. Hope you understand. If you don't, rewind it, listen to that a few more times. I just want to speed through this so it doesn't take ages. So we've got the 1, 3, and 5, and we've also got the 7. And then basically we've got other notes around here just to spice up the melody and make it a little bit more interesting. And then we've got this passing note to pass basically from this melody into our next set of melodies, or our next chord basically. Okay, so that's the way that works. Now, what you want to do is keep it as simple as possible to make it catchy. That is the essential thing you need to understand when you're trying to make a catchy melody. You don't want to be too complicated, and a great way you can do this is to keep the same rhythm. As soon as you come up with one rhythm, use it. Yeah, that is the rhythm that you use. You don't want any more than 2 rhythms. As you can see in this, we've got 1 rhythm, then we've got number 2 rhythm. But this number 2 rhythm is basically the first rhythm with less notes. Okay, we're not going crazy. We haven't started, you know, just moving a bunch of stuff around and making it a completely different rhythm, because that would be too complicated and stop it being catchy. Okay, so keep it simple. That is one of the biggest things that I can stress to you, and I'm going to show you it in practice. Also, something to note is when you're creating these melodies, you do want to randomize the velocity. So I'll press Control A and then Control R, and then I'll randomize the velocity like so. And this basically, when you're using guitar VSTs, this will give you a completely different vibe than not randomizing, and it will make it sound more realistic. So make sure you're doing this. Let's play this back one more time. And this, honestly, we're going to use this as our first example, because why not? We've already done it. And we're going to use this as a 2-chord melody, okay? Generally, I don't really do 2-chord melodies, but you'll see this common in trap beats here and there. And let's actually, yeah, we're using the piano again. The reason I use the piano is so I can hear all the tones clearly. So let's play this back. So with this 2-1, we want to add a little bit of variation. So let's listen back. And let's also bring this up an octave, because I can't hear everything in this octave. Yeah, F to D will sound pretty good. It will sound like a nice resolution thing. So let's see. Let's bring that up a little bit. And let's bring this down, bring that down as well. Okay, that's cool. And really, I'd want this on the 4th bar. This is technically the 4th bar when you look at FLStudio, but really it's actually the 2nd bar because this is in double time. So we'll copy this over. And what this does is it keeps it very, very catchy, because it's very, very simple until, oh, let me not copy that over. We want to copy over these 3 bars. And then there's some variation up at the end. So if we play this back, this is what we get. Okay, very, very simple. Sometimes I would have a little bit of variation here, maybe like 1 note. Let's see how this works. Yeah, that can work. And then we could bring that up as well. And then chop this there, just so that this is still consistent with this, because we don't want it to be, this is still consistent with this melody, because we don't want it to change too much. When you change it too much, it stops being catchy. Okay, so that might work. I'm still iffy about the melody rhythm at the end, because this feels like there's too much going on, but we'll hear it in the guitar and see what's up. By the way, the settings I use for ample guitar, I turned this on so that it's like piano mode and you can hit multiple notes, and I turned this on so that it makes strum noises and stuff like that. But let's play this back. yeah, I wouldn't have that there because it just seems like too much. Maybe I'll get rid of that. Okay, that works. And we'll just copy this over. I don't want too much going on. When you do too much, it's too much, obviously. Oh yeah, and bring it down an octave. Let's say it back. Works, okay, works very nicely. And this is just a simple, this ain't one of my best melodies or anything like that, just a simple one. Although, let's save it, because why not? Okay, sweet. So one melody down, that is our 2-chord melody example. Actually, looking at my notes, I wasn't even supposed to do a 2-chord melody example, but there you go, you get extra stuff, great stuff. I'm sure you're happy about it. Now, let's do a 3-chord melody example. A nice rhythm that I like to do is 3 beats and then we go down. So let's bring this up an octave so we can hear. Oh, let's keep it here actually. But let's bring the velocities up and let's basically, that will be the, this will be the rhythm, okay? Oh yeah, we got this on mute. Now, of course, you don't need to do it like that. You could spread it out. You could do it however you want it, but I like this. And we're going to do 1, 7, 6, 4. Let's do 1, 5, 4. Or 1, 4, 5. Nah, I like going down actually. 1, 4, 1, 5, 4. Yeah, I like that actually. So that's 1, 6, 5. That sounds way cooler. So we'll do 1, 6, 5. Okay. And we'll build the chords like so. And we'll just move it around a little bit. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. I'll bring this F up. I will get rid of that A. Just add this A back in. Oh, almost there, almost there. think this E is not working well with this because it's so close. Like it's the D right there. So I might have to move this to C because C and E will work because that's in a chord together, and A will A work with that. Let's give it a G. Oh my god, sounds beautiful. So knowing basic music theory or just knowing skip a note is going to help you out a lot in situations like this. Like when you start creating a melody over the top of things, you'll realize when certain notes just aren't working well together. And if you keep the notes that are supposed to be in the chord with it, then it'll work out a whole lot more. Like this is a chord, like E, G, E is F, B, F. Give me a sec. It's like B, where's B? B, D, F would be a chord. This is technically not a chord. What is this? That's a seventh. Okay, so, or a ninth. Something like that, but it's kind of in the chord, it's skipping notes, isn't it? That might work. It's wrong rhythm right about now. I'm trying to get it right. Okay, that sounds sick. Okay, sounds super sick. So what we'll do is we'll bring that over. We'll have a little bit of variation here. And that'll be some simple variation that, you know, your ears would expect. So let's bring it back. I kind of want something that just brings us back to this G. So let's see if that can work. I don't know, maybe that doesn't work. And then we'll copy this over, and now we have the real variation. Like this is a little bit of variation. We don't want to go too wild. And then over here, we can vary this last part up a little bit more. So maybe bring this up. Nah. Boom. 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 Okay, cool. So, and I just went up, like you just feel around to find the right note, basically see what comes to mind. And a little bit of variation goes a whole long way, yeah? Remember, keep it simple. And I just accidentally tried to save. Oh my God. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's randomize the velocity. Let's copy this. Actually, you know, we're going to copy it from here, right there, and bring it into Ample Guitar. See what it sounds like. Probably bring it down an octave. So straightforward, right? And let's see if, will this even hit a note? Nope. So in order to get the vibes that I'd actually want, okay, that completely changed the thing. This happens sometimes with ample guitar. Sometimes it will just like completely change the vibe. Because when you hit certain notes on certain octaves, it like changes the mode or something. I'm not 100% sure and everything that goes on, but all I know is that when it's not working out the way I want it to, I'll just bring it back. Maybe I do want the strum library actually, because we do kind of have some note strumming. Nah, but it's more of a, like, there's more melody. So we'll go to the pick library. And let's make this note a little bit longer because I don't like the way it's just cutting out like that. So make all the B's longer. And this is way too high for me. So what I do, this is a great tip for amp guitar. If you can't get it to the octave you want, just bounce it down to a WAV file. We'll normalize it, put on generic bleeding, turn it down, bring it right back to our mixer. Generally, I'd put RC20 on it as well, but we're not gonna go through like mixing and stuff right about now. This is just focused on melodies, and then we'll play back. Oh, and pitch it down, of course. Okay, beautiful. Again, not my best ever melody, but not bad. Not bad for a quick melody that I'm whipping up as an example without putting a lot of effort into it, right? So let me save this. This is 1, 6, 4, kind of. And usually I'd use this format for melodies that aren't guitar based, but still it worked out. So let's not overcomplicate things, right? So this whole formula of just copying things over, doing a slight variation in this 4-bar area or second bar area, which it actually is, and then this 8-bar area or 4-bar area that actually is, and doing some variation over there works wonders because it keeps things simple, it keeps it catchy over the long haul, and then you change things up and it makes a big difference. So let me bring in one more example. I was gonna do a 4-chord example, but I don't think that's completely necessary here. I'm sure you can already understand how to create, you know, a 4-chord chord progression and stuff. You just use 4 chords instead of 3 or 2. And now I'm just going to show you how to basically create a chord progression, and then, or not even a chord progression actually. It's basically you create a melody and just put some notes under it. So let me show you how this works. So what I do is I'd use the chord again. So we're using the main root chord. So we just want to figure out where we're going to go. Let's go to pan. Remember, using the chord, skipping notes, using other notes around here. So let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So probably be dun, 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 dun. So here, usually I just have one melody here. I wouldn't even go this far, but I just had it in my mind. But now we want to kind of just find bass notes that kind of work with this. So 1, 7, 6, 5, 4 generally works. And then let's just copy over the melody, exact same melody, don't overcomplicate it, and we'll see if it works out. Okay, very, very simple melody, not super complicated. Probably not my best, but remember, these are just examples, man. Allow me. Here, I'll leave these completely the same, and then I'll just come over here and add a little bit of variation right here. So all right, so let's add this all back. Okay, very, very simple stuff. Alt R, randomize that. And then we'll just copy this to ample guitar. And let's listen back. This actually sounds like a vibe, to be honest, like a nice pop vibe. I can imagine some emotional stuff over this. So honestly, still too high for me. So what I do is we'll do the same thing as we did last time. Control Alt C to bring this up, by the way. And then we'll start this, turn this into audio, generic bleeding, pitch down, right back to where it was. Oh my God, that is actually a banger of a melody. Oh. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay. So I've given you basically all you need to know. This has been like, we've got 36 minutes on the clock right about now. Hopefully I can edit this down to be less than that, but I expected it to be way shorter. But I'm sure this has given you a bunch of information and helped you out a lot. Now, if you want to learn how to make a trap beat from scratch, you can join my free course that walks you through my easy 9-step trap beat making formula. Link down below. Go to jcarterae.com/free trap course. And remember, my guitar trap beat template, link down below as well. Get that. It's going to have your beat half mixed before you even get to the mixing stage so that everything can sound beautiful. Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make next. Oh my God, this has been a wild one, and good luck with your melodies. I'll see you in the next one where you'll learn more about music, online business, and online marketing. Peace out.